Hey everyone, it's Erin Flito here, and I am here to show you 10 different types of cleaning trackers. So these are cleaning trackers that I set up for a monthly view and an annual view, or biannual if you are like me and you keep your journal for 6 months at a time. So I've set up a couple of those. I'm going to use my old Scribbles That Matter Mint Pro and the A5 dotted to do these spreads because I had a couple pages left over. And so I'm just going to switch you over to the voiceover because if you can't tell by my voice or by my Instagram stories this week, I am very sick. So the more I can space out my voice, the better. So I'm going to time lapse you here and do a little bit of voiceover work, and I will see you on the other side. So I'm going to start with the annual, which is new to my shop, and this can be filled out in the beginning of your bullet journal. I have spots for monthly, biannual, and annual. So you can fill this out in a couple different ways. I made it a little bit more flexible where you can either color it in or you can put in January through December for the monthly, or you can mark in how I usually do with the dashes. You guys have probably seen me do a video of this one before, and I will link that into my cards above so that you can check out how to utilize this. This next spread is from My Blue Sky Designs. She did a circular version, and I am going to do kind of more of a modular version where you break it down into daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, biannual, which is 6 months, and annual. And then there's spots to mark 1 through 52 for the weekly, where you can dash it or you can color it in when it's complete. The bi-weekly has 1 through 26. The monthly has a line for each option, and it goes 1 through 12. Where the 6 months has 2 different options for once every 6 months, and the annual has 1 per task. The next one is my version of a Tetris tracker in the form of a cleaning tracker. So the idea is that each Tetris piece has a different task associated with it, and you can color it in different colors, and then you use the main section to fill out all of your cleaning tasks for the month, and you can write in the day that you do that task. This next one is from The Petite Planner, which I'll link below in the description. It is basically a master list where you write out all of your cleaning tasks for daily, quarterly, weekly, monthly, etc. And then on the second page there is a section to fill out all of the monthly, quarterly, biannual, etc. tasks. So you would list them out on the left side just for a general list, and then on the right side you can fill out when you do that for each month, or in quarterly every quarter, or biannual every 6 months. I admit that I don't know a ton about FlyLady, but it is popular amongst the bullet journal groups that I am in. Say hello to my cat. The idea is that you break up your home into zones, and then you can color in which area it is in that zone, and then you can fill out, for example, if you do it once every week in a month, you can mark it off. The next one I'm going to show you is pretty simple. It is a basic habit tracker that you can do as a monthly glance. So you would fill out the top 1 through 31, and then you can fill out the type of task it is on the left hand side, color coding it. For example, if you do daily, monthly, or weekly tasks, and then you can put boxes for when you decide to do those tasks. next cleaning tracker I'm going to show you is a pretty general tracker where it's just a basic list from each room of what you want to accomplish in each room, and then you can use the color coding method to determine what is a monthly, weekly, daily, or bi-weekly task, and then you can mark it off with hashes or dots or color it in when you're. The next page is a individual monthly tracker. So for example, if you do the dishes every day, if you do the trash twice a week, if you vacuum once a week, or if you do sheets every month, you can mark it off on a monthly basis, all on one sheet. Now the last one I'm going to show you is just kind of a cool design with this Spirograph, and I got this Spirograph from Jaden's Apple on Etsy, and it's just kind of a fun way to look at the same type of master list, which you can do in the zones or you can do by the different rooms of your house. Hey all, just a quick final flip through of this. So as you know, I'm not feeling well, so I didn't go as in depth as I kind of drew it out to be, but I think it turned out pretty well overall anyways. So on this one I have an adaptation of my usual monthly, which has the monthly, annual, and biannual. This you can do in quarterly and stuff too. I'm going to come out with a few different versions of this, which you can find in my shop. And then of course my monthly, these come blank with headers and with writing, so you can get either or version. And so what I did here is I just created 12 boxes for January through December, and so you can write them in, or you can just like kind of know as the months go along, and you can use color or mark them in with like a little design, just like I do with my monthly. And then this has an area that you can write the days, and then this has an area where you can write the months. You can either do it in the segments or you can do it below. You know, I kind of made it a little bit flexible for you guys. And then this is from At My Blue Sky Designs, which hers had like circular ones, but I wanted a little bit more modular. So I have the daily, which I assume would go on your daily or weekly spread. The weekly, which you can list out stuff here, and then you can either color it in when it's done, or you can say goodbye to Mason, or you can just mark it in and not put the actual days, or you can write in the days or write in the weeks as you go. Same with the bi-weekly, it's 1 through 26. And then the monthly, what I've done is I've set it up so that it would be 1 through 12, so you can mark across. So the bathtub would be this first line, the sheets would be the second line, etc. And then same with the 6 months, you would have the 2 boxes here for once every 6 months, and then annually I just kind of put this little one down here to associate with those. Then I adapted a Tetris tracker for a cleaning tracker where you associate each task with a type of Tetris. And if you need more options here, you can just switch it up. You know, your dishes, you can have like this for a different type of activity. So you can challenge yourself by, for example, let's say sweep. I know I have Swiffer there, but I don't know a lot of the cleaning tests that people do daily. So you could like do sweeping, and so you can only use this direction of that Tetris to do that activity. Does that make sense? And then dishes would be the one that's flat. So you can do a few different methods there for this Tetris tracker for the daily, weekly, monthly. Again, you can always add in bi-weekly or something like that, but this is meant for the monthly. but you can also do it for the annual. If you want to do like the monthly, the 6 months, and the annual as a Tetris tracker, that would be pretty cool too. So then this master list is from at the Petite Planner, which again I've linked below, that Instagram account. So it's set up you just listing out as a master list of what you want to do daily, weekly, etc. And then over here for the tracker, you have the monthly, quarterly, biannually, and annually, where you would just put in like dots every month once you've done that activity, or do dashes. Again, for the quarterly, you would do it like once every few months, every 3 to 4 months. And then biannually, you would do once every 6 months, annually, once a year, for example. So that's how you would use that tracker. And I meant to fill this in a lot more, but as I kept going, I was getting more and more exhausted. So this is from the FlyLady, which again, I'll link below. I don't really know a lot about it. I just see a lot about it on Instagram, that it's broken up into these theoretical zones. And so I don't know how often people actually clean these zones, but I was thinking, okay, well, if there's 5 zones, maybe clean it once a week. So then you would just mark it off for week 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of that month. So this is more of a monthly. Oh my God, this cat. Go. Sorry. So then you would mark it off for the week. You can color it in and just mark off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or whatever. Again, my apartment's really small, so I don't really think I would need this many zones. I like to focus on doing one at a time, or one area at a time. And then this is a monthly habit tracker version, where you would have like your daily tasks, monthly tasks, and weekly tasks. You could also split this up into your zones or your rooms. So this yellow could be the kitchen, and so even if I had some weekly tasks or something in there, I could do the same thing where I mark in this box for things that have weekly tasks, because those are my goal days to do that activity. So that's an example there of a habit tracker. Most of you guys know how to use those types of habit trackers. And then this one is just a simple list, but it's broken up by room, and then you have a little taskbar over here where you can list out a certain thing in that room and then indicate if it's monthly, weekly, daily, bi-weekly, etc. And so you can mark it in with that color and then do the hashes or the dots, or mark it in once it's complete, or you can do a color, you can write it down in red and then just do the hashes once it's complete. So a couple different options there. Again, I was getting really tired, and I hope you guys can tell that I'm really trying to put all out there for you guys. This is a simple habit tracker yet again, where it's the month version for the daily tasks, and you can write daily, bi-weekly, weekly, monthly in here. I'm tired. So I didn't do that. So you can mark it in with color, or you can mark it in with the numbers, or you can do the hashes like I usually do. So those are for the daily tasks. And then bi-weekly, you can write in Monday and Thursday up here, or Monday and Thursday down here. Those are my trash days. I don't know what your trash days are. So just an example there, where you would do the Monday and the Tuesday. Sometimes the day might not be, like if it were true that this month started on a Wednesday, then this first day you might not need. So you can just like gray it out, and then the rest of the days you can use for that. Vacuum, for example, on Fridays, you can put Friday down here, and it would be once every Friday. So just like above here, if this Friday did not exist, then you can just mark it like this, or if you know ahead of time, then don't mark it in at all and just do the 4 weeks. There's an option there. And so you can do that for all of those different types. And then this one, I used my Spirograph that I got from Jaden's Apple. I just kind of wanted to show you guys that you can make it pretty too. This is really simple, where you just list out, for example, zone 1 or the bathroom, and you can just do the same list. You can also do that like I did here with the colors for when the task would take place. So it's just a little example, and I really did mean to fill all this in, and it wasn't even a lot, but I was so tired. So just an example there. So I hope you all got something out of this cleaning tracker video. I know that this works really well for me every month. I use my sticker every single month, or I have been for the last, I don't know, 5 months, and it's worked out really, really well for me. It really just helps keep me accountable so that I see it and I know it's always there. For some of you guys, maybe that's not, that wouldn't help out so much. Like, I don't think this tracker in particular would help out for me because I only keep these journals every 6 months, and I just don't go back to my annual spreads very often to fill them out. So this probably wouldn't work for me, but the monthly definitely does. And again, you can always do it on your weeklies and dailies as well. So if you like this type of video, like, subscribe, notification bell, all that kind of jazz. Next week I will be doing my September theme because I do that 2 weeks before the first of the next month, and I can't believe it's almost that time to do the September spreads. So thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you on Monday for my weekly. Thanks, everyone.